We need to talk about, and George didn't know this back in '77, but we need to talk about the fact that Obi-Wan changed his first name but didn't change his last name. It's just like, you know, I've murdered the fucking Emperor's apprentice. I'm one of the like most known Jedis ever.
Yeah, like,
I've been in this massive war. I fuck people.
I was one of the main generals of that war.
Yeah, everyone knows me. Let's see my face. My name is written throughout the fucking history. So I'm gonna go to Tatooine. I changed my first name. Don't need to change my last name. No?
He didn't have kids that he would have had to have like the same last name or something like that. He just decided, no, you know what? If anyone really wants to find me, I'll just leave Kenobi on the end there.
Well, Mark, Obi-Wan is out. Thought we could drink some Guinness for Alec Guinness.
Sir
Alec Guinness. The late, great Sir Alec Guinness.
It looks like
molasses?
like maple syrup. Yeah, molasses. There you go. Perfect. Except it's not as thick as molasses.
It's like
maple syrup you can get and be quite runny sometimes.
Yeah. I totally poured mine the wrong way, by the way, and fucked it up.
Should that be mine? Yeah?
No. You had to like lean the glass and shit. I did none of that. That's right, I can just let it sit there.
On camera.
I completely fucked it immediately. I remember I brought a cigar for a review I did with Jasper for a fistful of dollars, and then like I was like, I don't know how to fucking smoke this. I buy a cigar, I can't smoke it on camera. I was like, Guinness, I fuck up before on camera. Welcome to Dissecting Who. So we opened with the Jedi Council being attacked at old Order 66. I thought the action scene was good. Well, what do you think?
I find it very strange someone can call that a beer.
Mark doesn't like stouts, by the way.
Yeah, no. Respect everyone who does, but fucking hell.
He said he would try one.
Yeah, I'm still gonna give it a few goes.
It's an experience. It's like a beer and a pie and an ashtray.
Yeah. It just it shifts to a bunch of flavors.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a strong flavor.
It's a fucking extra stout, mate.
It's extra stout. So Order 66, Jedi is getting attacked. It's a fine sequence, well executed, one shot, nicely done.
Dude, it was fucking beautiful. Like, the amount, seriously, with all of everything that's come out since Disney took over all the games and everything like that, hell, even, like, you know, all of that shit. In the movie, there's probably about 30 minutes worth, 20 to 30 minutes worth of footage of Order 66 now. We can start to paint a picture of what happened. Like, even in Jedi Fallen Order, you get to experience, like the game, you get to experience what happened to him during Order 66.
Yeah.
You know, in Clone Wars, there's Order 66. In fucking, what's it called? Not Rebels. The Bad Batch.
Yeah.
There's Order 66 as well. Like it's really starting to become
a thing, an event that they're laying out.
I'm intrigued, YouTube. I would like someone to do that, please.
Yeah, so like I said, it was a well executed scene, but I think I can improve on it. Instead of that random room with those random people, we finally see the actual sequence of Anakin slaughtering all the younglings. First scene in Obi-Wan. Hey guys, remember?
The first scene of Hayden Christensen back on screen is him slaughtering younglings.
That's there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Just like, no, it doesn't even like, you don't even see what happens, like the way the shot opens, it's just like a brown cloth or whatever you think, or whatever, but then you see the go down and it's literally just one of the younglings falls forward of his back.
Yeah.
Showing. So there's no like lead up to it, it's just instantly into him fucking up these younglings.
We'll see where they go, and I think they might try to make him a sympathetic character, but I just thought that'd be a great way to bring the audience back in.
Vader, you mean?
Yeah, bring the audience back into that world with these characters.
I reckon they're going to try for the sympathetic character, but then it'll just start shifting and shifting and shifting. You'll start seeing him showing how dark and anger, because he's gonna see Kenobi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna be emotional for him.
The last time they seen each other, they had some shit going on.
10 years ago when he left him fucking burning in lava.
Yeah, after he cut off his arm and both his legs.
Yeah, and forked his missus.
On the way back.
Anakin fucking. You'll know it's Jar Jar.
Yeah, it was Jar Jar. And Padme has a Gungan fetish, as we all know. This is established law. Dissecting who the release.
Oh, you can look it up though. I got the Wikipedia.
Gungan fetish. A Gungan fetish is a Naboo trade where... Oh my god, this is graphic. So then these Sith Inquisitors rock up on Tatooine and they're hunting a Jedi. I like the world here. It's like dark and hopeless and dangerous.
It feels like the world in A New Hope. Like everyone's all fucking grumpy and...
Yeah, Jedi destroyed.
Hope is lost.
Emperor is rising, the Empire. And yeah, we get introduced to...
Empire's risen 10 years ago here.
That's fair. They're at their like peak power.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's
or maybe peak power when they get the Death Star.
Everyone's given up hope in this point.
Yeah.
Except for that fucking idiotic Jedi. But, anyway, we'll get to that.
We cut to Obi-Wan. Oh, Ewan McGregor.
Well, what? You literally described the whole Inquisitor scene was... We got some Inquisitors. It was a very dark atmosphere. That's all we're going to say about the Inquisitors?
It was a tense sequence. What do you want to say about it, Mark?
Well, for one, the Grand Inquisitor's whole look, I understand why people were so pissed off. He looks like nothing like he did in Rebels. He's supposed to be the race in Episode 2, where he's like, on the 5th level, thousands of battle droids.
Oh, that guy.
He's one of them.
He's from Mad Max.
Yeah.
So, the actor.
Yeah, that's who he's supposed to be, but you see how he looks.
They didn't do the lines or anything?
His head is like not longer and, you know, like his head's supposed to be long and thin.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of fat.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me that much. Like, I accepted it. It just didn't look right.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
No, yeah, he was a character in Rebels.
Yeah.
The Inquisitors were all in Rebels. Fallen Order, they met some of the main bad guys too, because he's being chased by Inquisitors. Cause
Yeah.
He's a Jedi. Yeah, they all call each other the second brother, the third sister, second sister, third brother, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And he's the Grand Inquisitor. He used to be one of the Jedi Temple bodyguards. Before Order 66.
True.
And now he's Darth Vader's personal Jedi.
Okay, so this guy's an actual character that's been set up and shit.
Oh yeah. He dies in Season 1 of Rebels.
Okay.
He gets fucked up actually.
There you go.
But yeah, the Inquisitors keep going.
Yeah. So they're hunting Jedis, and I like the way that they use the Jedi code, or like the Jedi's compassion, to draw them out. It just gives them an opportunity to like start to do like horrendous acts of violence and draw the Jedi out. Yeah. Which is a great concept. But then we cut to Obi-Wan.
I still have to point out. I'm sorry, I know you want to get to Obi-Wan. This is an Obi-Wan review. I'm gonna fucking do all this stuff, man. The acting, I genuinely liked the Grand Inquisitor's acting, and I like that Asian guy. I don't know which brother he is.
Yeah,
but he intrigued me. I wasn't a fan of
the main one,
the chick.
Yeah,
I mean, the character's cool enough, but I don't think the acting was executed very well, personally.
That's fair. I wrote her name down here because she is like the main antagonist of it by the end. Well, other than Vader, Reva. Which is kind of a fucking cliche.
Yeah, no, she's the third sister, is what she's referred to by the Inquisitors.
That's better than Reva, because Reva's pretty fucking cringy.
Yeah, well, in Fallen Order, the second sister's the main antagonist.
Yeah, okay.
They all have double-bladed lightsabers, and they spin, as you see in that scene later on. But in Rebels, they can fly like helicopters with it, and I think I always thought it was fucking stupid.
That's pretty gay.
It's really gay.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do that.
Like Mary Poppins.
It's legit. There's like 3 of them in one scene. They're like, la 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 la.
If I can find that scene, I'll cut it in here because it sounds amazing. So then we cut to Obi-Wan.
Yes.
It warms my very heart just to see Ewan McGregor back out, just on camera. I'm just
Not
like,
just seeing Ewan McGregor, just Ewan McGregor, but Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan. You know, that is Obi-Wan. It just, even without him saying a fucking word.
Yeah.
It was Obi-Wan, and it felt Obi-Wan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fair.
I was so ready for it to just
Be some guy.
just flat. Just Picard.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. I was like, you're going to fuck this. But he felt like Obi-Wan. It just made me so happy.
That's fair, and it also triggers like some deep nostalgic core down inside me when I hear John Williams' score.
The prequel scenes.
Yeah.
Did you watch the recap at the start?
I did, that was awesome.
Brilliantly done.
I was so high.
And his trauma.
I was freaking out, man.
His traumatized, like, having the nightmares and shit.
Yeah.
Is just so well done.
Yeah.
Like, it really captures it and brings it to
this fucked up character. Yeah, but John Williams, he wrote the Obi-Wan theme for this. He's like 100 years old and he's still out there and he's still contributing to Star Wars.
It's going to be so sad the first Star Wars series or movie that comes out that he comes is dead.
Well, he didn't do The Mandalorian and I didn't think he was ever going to do Star Wars again, really. But he did this.
Then he thought Obi-Wan.
Then Disney said, we'll give you $200 million. Can you do this? And he said, what? Where am I? What do you think in here, Guinness?
Oh, dude. No.
Oh, I fucked up the pour again. You're enjoying it?
I'm just having little bits. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying it, but
that's fair.
I feel in the moment, in the review, it feels like, oh, yeah,
Alec Guinness.
Yeah, it's Alex
Guinness. So yeah, John Williams, his music will always have an impact on me just through all of those films from my childhood. Yeah, and Obi-Wan is working at like a meat factory on Tatooine. There's some like.
Was he working there?
I think so.
I took that as that was where he went and used credits and just got some meat to take home.
No, I think he was working there and he was stealing that little bit for his disgusting elephant camel. No, yeah, they're butchering it. It's some like ridiculously big thing. I don't know how this thing is like surviving on Tatooine. It would have to eat a lot. It is so big. It's like a giant creature. And they're like,
I don't even remember seeing the creature.
It's just an establishing shot. You might have missed it.
Yeah, right.
It was...
Damn it, if I'd have seen it, I could have maybe had some idea.
Yeah.
You know? Could have been... No, could have... Look, this was bigger than a crate dragon?
Yeah, way bigger. It's like a mountain.
Wouldn't it just be decaying horribly in the sun, but they're constantly doing it day after day?
You would think so, yes.
It's fucking in the desert, cunt.
Yeah. That is a good point. Maybe the meat is festering and rotting and they're selling it to people. And yeah, it really got through just like the mundane nature of his day-to-day life. It showed the meat works like 3 separate times.
Yeah.
Him stealing a piece of meat.
Each time he was a little more aggravated too.
Yeah. His life was getting a little bit more hectic. What did you think of this disgusting elephant camel creature?
What, the thing he rides?
Yes.
That's the thing, it's like,
I know what it is.
I thought he was adorable. I thought it was really interesting the way they sit down, the way his legs go.
Yeah.
Like,
I've like CGI'd it so it's not a camel walking.
Yeah.
But it is a camel walking. And it has an elephant face. There's a pet peeve of mine. Ewan McGregor's beard is very grey at this point, and they're dyeing it out to make it not grey. And that offends my sensibilities, because a good grey beard is something to behold on the screen.
Okay, so I get that, but at the same time, it's only supposed to be 10 years, and in fact, it's been, fucking how long's it been since?
17.
17 years. But I don't get it because clearly Obi-Wan ages very poorly in that time. So what's wrong with allowing a little more grey?
How old is Luke in A New Hope?
18, I think. 17, 18. I thought we thought 16, but I'm pretty sure it's 17 or 18. Or at least maybe they changed it for Disney. I don't fucking know.
19? How old was Mark Hamill?
42.
So yeah, his beard looks great, his hair looks great, but I just wish they had gone full grey beard, just because I don't like when people dye their hair.
I can deal with people dyeing their hair, but you shouldn't dye your beard.
No, it's going grey.
No, definitely. What other colours are going to go?
Why?
I mean, that's even better.
I know, but some people dye it. You've ascended to wizard level.
For some reason I get it with hair. I don't feel I'm ever going to do it. I'm just going to let my hair go grey.
That's fair. So yeah, as you mentioned before, Obi-Wan has a great PTSD dream, flashing clips from the prequels, very well edited, very well executed. At the end it was like intercutting him and the Naboo starfighter, Anakin, with like him burning on the shore.
Yeah.
I thought that's cool.
I thought when as soon as I saw that though, what jumped straight into my head is the Heroes Fans Productions video Kenobi. Video on YouTube, you should seriously check it out. Heroes Fans Production, I think it's called, HFP.
I'll put it in the comments.
Fucking amazing.
In the description.
And they do a thing very similar to that.
Yeah.
And it made me think that, I'm just like, fucking go on guys, perfect. You got it right, you know?
Yeah. And he reaches out to Qui-Gon and Qui-Gon doesn't respond.
Maybe, I don't know how Force Ghosts work in this, but maybe he's not there.
Do you think he has already made contact with Qui-Gon at some point before?
It'd be intriguing if he hadn't and that was still him attempting
And they're going to show his...
But I feel like if he's at the point where he turns into a Force Ghost, he would have had to have been talking with Qui-Gon for years.
That's fair.
Because Qui-Gon was never able to turn into a Force Ghost. Apparently, you have to have that ability before you die. You can't figure it out after death. So Qui-Gon was able to...
You'd be dead.
Yeah, Qui-Gon was able to commune, but he was never able to figure out that. But him and Qui-Gon together can work together to figure that out. So he's able to.
Yeah, interesting. So
It's a lot easier to figure out with someone who's already dead.
That's it. So yeah, I get the feeling he has communed with Qui-Gon, but perhaps not. Perhaps not. So I really like where everyone's character is here. It's funny because when they put Luke in this position, I hated it. When Luke was like an old, broken man who was done and over, I was like, you've ruined my childhood hero. But I don't know, here it's different.
It wasn't...
And it makes sense for the character, considering what he was through, like, in episode 3.
Luke ended up so positively. It didn't make sense, but in episode 3 he was completely fucked.
Yeah.
And they led from that. They didn't finish the last movie with him like in like white robes and like super grand master just to find out that he was a super disappointed old man.
Yeah. And even within these 2 episodes, Obi-Wan has a great arc and starts in a place and finishes in a place. And Luke never really did that. He still died pathetic and fat and old and lazy. He did like...
He probably had a great arc, it's just that it hasn't been made.
Yeah.
There's still just fuck all about what between episode 6 when he's like an old decrepit man.
They fucked it. Well, they fucked Mark Hamill.
They're going to do it.
They're
going to do it at some point. No, they'll do it at some point. They just won't use Mark Hamill. And well, you know, make it an animated series about Luke Skywalker. Then.
Yeah.
Just don't make it a like fucking Clone Wars style animation one. Just do a good animation. Like Clone Wars by the end looked really good.
Yeah.
But fuck, it looked bad at the start.
Yeah. So then we cut to Leia, and I was immediately like, what the fuck? Why is Leia here? Please no, I don't want to see this. I did not want 10-year-old Leia.
I wasn't expecting it either. I was quite caught off guard.
I was very high. I was like, what the fuck?
But I mean, it to me is the only way that actually makes sense to have Obi-Wan leave Tatooine is to...
I like it more when the kidnapping aspect is brought into it. But initially, I thought it was going to be its like own individual storyline, and I was
fair.
We need to stop.
That would be horrible. Just her fucking around on Alderaan.
So we should talk about that in general. I think the little girl, the actress, is fucking amazing.
She nailed the part.
She's like a great actress.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
She's like fucking 8. Like I know she's 6 in the thing, but she's like an 8-year-old or whatever. And she's fucking just complex dialogue. She's not fucking up the way she pronounces it. Probably a lot of like
hitting her with a belt when she fucks it up.
And I feel like they nailed Leia's character. That is totally how she'd fucking be as a kid.
I've seen Leia like in the performance and in the like appearance. Like the moments she looked like Leia, the moments she sounded like Leia.
facial expressions, like fucking
Yeah.
hell, they got to this kid and they fucking.
Yeah.
I've never seen a kid act that way.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to put it on the record that I love Carrie Fisher. I love Leia as a character. This kid nailed it. But yeah, I think they've made her like way too smart. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree.
Leia was smart and like
But she was
sassy.
a smart adult.
She was like a normal person.
Doesn't mean she was like a superhuman, like crazy intelligent kid.
This 10-year-old kid is like a fucking psychoanalyst and can like break down people's like. Leia never even did that, let alone when she was 10. Like.
Your father. You want him to like you, so you repeat what he says, even though you don't really know what it means.
They need to tone it down by like 30%, I reckon.
Yeah, no, they nailed the personality, but yeah, I think I definitely
Good acting.
noticed that.
Kudos to the little girl. It seemed like Leia, but yeah, Leia wasn't a super genius when she was an adult. So why is she fucking hyper intelligent and psycho-analytical?
Just destroys that kid, like.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck?
Just completely breaks him down. And even Obi-Wan later, like, it's fucking, and her conclusion's just so wrong sometimes.
She's like Jordan Peterson level of like clinical psychologist.
Definitely say, yeah.
She just like can spend 10 minutes with a person and completely understand all the demons they have in their closets and all the emotional baggage.
She's the true antagonist in this series.
They have to have a scene where she gets hit on the head and like loses her superpowers at the end or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like she's definitely sassy enough and like stubborn and fucking just like Leia.
That's fair.
So that's great. I want to see what they've done with Luke's little. I have promised to see what Luke's going to be like.
So yeah, I was shocked that they were doing it at the beginning. I did not want to see it, but we'll get into where it goes. It becomes more interesting.
Yeah.
You think being like him will make people frightened of you, but really, you're the one who's scared.
Did you see the Andor trailer? Do we care about Andor? Remember when Andor was announced? We're like, why?
Yeah,
now the trailer's out?
I did watch it because I hadn't had enough Star Wars when episode 2 ended, so I did search for the Andor trailer like straight after and watch that.
And what did you think?
I was really impressed at how they could literally explain nothing about that. Like the story, there's no fucking story there in the trailer. I don't know what the fuck was happening.
No.
I mean, it looks like it'll be okay, but I'm not expecting greatness from it.
No one gives a fuck about Andor.
Why would they think they would? There's so many more people, more characters that you could make than Andor.
He had one character moment in Rogue One. We should review Rogue One.
Why didn't you do a Watto series?
That'd be way better.
That'd be sick.
Way more interesting. He's like got this dark fucking backstory where he's like holds guilt about the way he treated his mother and stuff. It's like a fucking drama. I'd watch the Watto drama.
Fucking oath. Or a fucking Maul series, like when he's like him being the head of the crime syndicate.
Andor. Remember? Yeah, no, he had one character moment in Rogue One. Do you? I struggle. I honestly struggle. I know he was a character that did exist.
I'm gonna watch Rogue One again before the series comes out.
We should review it before.
Yeah, we
haven't reviewed it yet.
Okay.
He had one character moment. Anyway, we'll get to Andor at some point in the future. Yeah, so basically Obi-Wan's doing his day job, living his life. We see how broken down he is. He has to like turn a blind eye to saving people because he's like inconspicuous. We get that beautiful moment with him observing Luke. He brought him the ship, the little fucking toy he had from episode 4.
That part where he wants that guy, like his boss or whatever, picks on that guy and he wants to go and say something.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. It was brilliantly executed. No words had to be said.
Yeah. Obi was like, oh no.
This is a perfect moment for Obi-Wan, but I'm not Obi-Wan.
I'm not Obi-Wan, I'm old Ben.
But what were you saying?
He observes Luke and he buys him that little ship.
Yeah, that was really good. And Luke, like, they lost him, but he was like 2 meters away. Where is he? He's like,
Uncle Owen confronts Obi-Wan, and I have to say, Joel Edgerton plays Uncle Owen, and he's a great Aussie actor. He's been in Ned Kelly. He played like the betrayer that Ned had to kill. He was in Animal Kingdom as like a great Aussie drama by the guy that made The Rover.
He was in Attack of the Clones.
He's in Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. He was in Smoking Aces. He played one of those like trio gun guys. So it's good to see. And he channeled the original actor really well. It was interesting. Ewan McGregor seems to be like doing an Alec Guinness impression, which is working.
Well, he's like that guy, halfway between the two.
Yeah, he's not quite doing an Alec Guinness impression, I guess, but he's
not doing Obi-Wan either.
He's actively channeling more of Alec Guinness's performance into his performance.
Yeah, it's really, really well done.
Yeah, and that guy, Joel Edgerton, was channeling the original Uncle Owen, and he's like, "Get away from Luke."
Yeah, like he wants there's more to your farms. I know there isn't. Yeah. That's life, mate.
You killed Anakin, now you want to fucking kill him? Fuck off.
I've never been to outer space, which tells me that no one needs to go to outer space. You can
he needs to fucking work on moisture farms for the rest of his life.
Water, mate. That's where life.
They suck the moisture out of the air. What more could you want out of life, mate? That's what he's going to be doing. He needs to be trained.
Nah. You just fucking stay away.
And then he did kind of fuck up the Anakin thing. I think that's Uncle Owen's perspective. But how would Uncle Owen even know about that, really? Would he know about that? Unless old Ben told him.
He probably asked about it. Well, of course.
Where's Anakin?
Well, think about this. Oh, by the way, here's Anakin's son. Where's Anakin? Oh, don't worry about that.
I perfectly succeeded in training him. I'll tell you that much, mate. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, here's his kid. See you later.
But I think Owen thinks he's dead. He doesn't think that he's
Darth Vader.
Turned to ever. Didn't like Obi-Wan surely would never have said that he turned to the dark side. He would have just said that he died fighting the Sith. Or died fighting Darth Vader.
He wouldn't have said I cut his fucking legs off and let him roll down a hill and burn up in the smouldering ashes of a volcano and then walked off and fucked his misso. Surely he wouldn't tell Uncle Owen that.
Nah, no way. No. But yeah, no, he just thinks he's dead, obviously. But then again, yeah, so does Kenobi.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That was kind of something. The Sith Inquisitors come down, and this was a really suspenseful scene.
I didn't like her acting in this scene.
She's not
there was literally a part where, no, she didn't, don't get me wrong, it didn't ruin it for me. I just wasn't impressed with it. Like, there was literally a moment where she was towards him, and I think she was supposed to be smirking, but she looked like she was trying not to laugh.
It's like, you can tell she's acting, acting. Some actors just disappear in their performance.
Well, everyone else in this entire episode.
Even that little fucking girl.
Even that little girl, but she's not doing it.
She's acting. No, she's the main.
She's still doing fine.
The main. Well, it's not the main bad guy. Yeah, she's the main bad guy in these 2 episodes.
She's probably the main antagonist of the series, whether or not she's the main bad guy of everything.
Well, that'll be fucking.
Surely Vader.
Yeah.
He's in it, so.
Yeah.
Tell me where the Jedi is, or this man and his family die!
Yeah, so she's like a radical psychopath.
Why do they even let her do anything? Everywhere that she goes with them, she disobeys them.
Yeah.
Like, legit. Like, I'm sorry.
It just escalates and escalates.
Would you not cut off her hand or something at that point?
She's cutting other people's hands off.
Exactly. That fucking random old bitch. Just like, oh, we don't have... And then she just keeps walking, keeps talking, like, just continues straight after without even responding.
And that lady just, like, disappears from the scene.
I mean, you would, the fact that she turned and started talking, like, shit, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I guess so, yeah. I do have to, like, say that I like how this is darker in tone and more violent than Boba Fett. That really worried me when it started turning in that direction.
Yeah, isn't it weird?
It also looks a lot nicer and a lot more money's been spent on it. I hope the production value doesn't plummet because, yeah, Boba Fett looked pretty cheap to me. Like, in the middle.
I do agree. Yeah, no, I was worried that they couldn't go darker. They clearly shown they can. Well, maybe they realised they fucked that up.
No, this would have been like, almost, well, definitely filmed. I don't know. It's only come out a few months after Boba Fett.
That's true. I don't know.
Dave Filoni and fucking Jon Favreau chose to make Boba Fett an upbeat, happy sitcom.
They still just are not able to make a series about a bad guy. There has to be a bad guy who turns good, no matter what. It has to be someone who turns good. You can't just have a series about a bad guy.
Yeah. We'll see what happens anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I am glad too because like it's needed.
Yeah.
But you're dealing with Sith here.
Yeah.
They fucking cut contains off. They fucking kill people.
This is true.
They torture people. That's what they do.
They waterboard people.
Under the Empire.
And then so I got into the Red Hot Chili Peppers in high school, as you do. And then I just kind of drifted off from them. I stopped caring about them for like 15 years. But then John Frusciante, he rejoined the band, right? And I was kind of curious because he was like, he's this member that keeps on coming and going. But his chemistry with the band is really good. So I got high and I listened to the new album. And it was fucking amazing. And just the chemistry between John and Flea was incredible. So I went back and I got into the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So the last 6 months of my life, been into the Chili Peppers, listening to them, trying to learn their songs, watching their live videos, and then yeah, Leia is kidnapped and it's motherfucking Flea. And I was so delighted.
Was that Flea?
That was Flea.
Holy shit.
Flea is
like the old guy.
The old guy.
Holy shit.
That's, yeah, like...
I knew he looked
Flea.
familiar. Like I never picked who he was.
Yeah.
But he looked familiar in a way. Like I didn't like not that I knew him, but like, I recognized him from somewhere.
He's an actor. He's been in movies. He's been in The Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski. Star Wars now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed a wide shot. I'm like, that guy sounds like Flea. Like the first shot of it, and then like cut up close. I'm like, that's Flea. What the fuck, man? So Flea kidnaps Leia, and yeah, this is where the story gets interesting. With her like running her cousin down and being like climbing trees and shit. I'm like, oh no, what the fuck is this?
It was a nice moment where he admitted that she was an Organa, even though she was adopted. And blah blah blah.
But I didn't want that to be a storyline.
Regardless, it was still nice though.
That's fair. She gets kidnapped by motherfucking Flea. Flea does a great job.
Why are you here?
Just waiting.
For what?
For you.
Bayer comes down, he's like, everyone, you gonna help me out? He's like, nah. He sees that Jedi strung up in the town center, and then Bayer comes to him. And then he goes out in the middle of the desert and finds his lightsaber somehow. The Force, I guess. Because there's no landmarks or anything.
Yeah,
it's just like in the middle of the desert.
Nothing. It's like he kind of just steps, but like, I'm sorry, no. You couldn't recount your steps in the fucking desert like that. He didn't do it. He wouldn't have done it like 2 meters down the road. He would have done it in the middle of the fucking desert.
Dude, if you do it in the middle of the desert, like there could be like 100 meters of sand blown on top of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But no, it's just right there. He's clearly buried this like 10 years ago.
The Force, even though he doesn't really use the Force
or
anymore.
It could just be he could have put a tracker on it or something.
He knew where lightsabers were.
And it was nice to see them.
Yeah.
Anakin's and fucking those.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Rey's lightsaber. Sorry.
the Youngling Killer 5000. So yeah, everyone has decided to take on the mission. Episode 2 is him entering this like...
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. One thing about the last fucking moment of the first episode where his lightsaber is shown. It's like, okay, I know you have the lightsaber, but you should still try and hide it a little fucking better than that when a little breeze lifts up your robe and it's right fucking there.
Considering you're going into enemy territory. Yeah. We need to talk about, and George didn't know this back in 77, but we need to talk about the fact that Obi-Wan changed his first name but didn't change his last name. He's just like, you know, I've murdered the fucking Emperor's apprentice. I'm one of the like most known Jedis ever.
Yeah, like,
I've been in this massive war. I fuck people.
I was one of the main generals of that war.
Yeah, everyone knows me. They see my face. My name is written throughout the fucking history. So I'm gonna go to Tatooine. I changed my first name. Don't need to change my last name. No.
He didn't have kids that he would have had to have like the same last name or something like that. He just decided, no, you know what? If anyone really wants to find me, I'll just leave Kenobi on the end there. No. You couldn't reverse it or something?
Is Luke's last name Skywalker here, or does he have Uncle Owen's last name, whatever the fuck that is?
I'm pretty sure they would have honoured Anakin.
That's a bit of a red flag too.
Well, because he says he's Luke Skywalker before he even...
He never says he's Luke. Whatever the fuck Uncle Owen's last name is, I'll ding it up here. Owen and Baru. Lars?
Yeah, Lars.
Lars. Yeah. There we go. Look at us go. We know Uncle Owen's last name. Lars.
Ulrich. Nah, but...
it's, yeah, Lucas wrote him in 77 and at that point in time he didn't have the whole fucking fleeing and exile and Clone Wars thing. So that's why, but it's just funny.
For me, it's old Ben Kenobi.
Old Ben, no, it's different completely.
To be fair though, he may not have kept his last name. He may have only told Luke that name.
they don't actually say Ben Kenobi in this, which is very clever.
Yeah.
Because that's so bad.
Yeah.
So,
He could have just told Luke in case he.
He's like Cher. He just got rid. He's just one word.
He's just Ben. I mean, that's not
Ben.
that rare. Ray was just Ray. You know, people.
You're bringing up Ray a lot, man. You're bringing me down, bro.
It relates. I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking.
But there's like there'll be a lot of people, especially on Tatooine, who only have one name.
Ben.
Ben.
He definitely had the last name. But anyway, it's great. I love it. That's just story writing. That's what happens when you write something 40 years later, then you come back and tell a prequel and you do a little thing in the middle.
Well, the plot holes are gonna happen.
Yeah, and also like there is an inherent lack of tension knowing that Leia and Obi-Wan aren't gonna die.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it's like, you know, when they do Better Call Saul and they do the prequels, there's certain like limitations that start cramping on your writing.
Yeah.
So it can get pretty fiddly if Disney just keep on continuing to pile canon on top of this like 100-year time span within Star Wars.
Yeah.
Not even 100, maybe 100. We'll give him 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Taika Waititi's doing something like out somewhere hundreds of years away.
Yeah, good. They should.
And they're doing the Old Republic, which is like 500 years before or some
New
shit.
Republic.
New Republic.
Yeah. I think it was called the New Republic, wasn't it? No, the High Republic. That's it.
Some fucking thing.
Fucking Blaze Republic.
So everyone, basically, yeah, he goes to this planet. It's like a nice, like, they said it kind of similar to Singapore, but like gangsters and Star Wars.
It looked like Nar Shaddaa to me.
Where is that?
It's another Hutt-controlled planet.
Mm.
It's a city, like a nightlife city.
Okay, yeah.
Similar to Nal Hutta. It could have been Nal Hutta.
That's fair. No, I think they said its name and I wrote it down, Daiyu or some fucking shit. I think it's
I guess not. But it does look very similar. A dark city planet. Like, the Nar Shaddaa and like the Old Republic games and stuff, and it's just crime.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, he basically talks to people on the streets. He finds this false Jedi, played by this Indian guy.
Oh my god, and you just knew he wasn't a Jedi from the get-go with his stupid fucking after using it. So that's not how the film worked.
It was an interesting performance. He was like doing a lot of over extravagant facial expressions and stuff. He was almost like doing it like as a comedy. I know he is a comedy actor. I've never seen him.
I feel like he was a comic effect character.
Yeah, he's supposed to be funny. Well, he is playing like a Jedi and stuff. It kind of off-putting, but fine. I don't know.
He was fine. I didn't have an issue with his character. He did annoy me. I'm not gonna lie, he did annoy me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I had no issues with him really.
So he meets that guy. He finds where Leia's gonna be. He's like Detective Obi-Wan. Infiltrates his place, dresses up with them, steals a chemical, steals this guy's car, and enters a hallway, beats the shit out of two guys.
Yeah.
He gets his ass kind of kicked as well too. He wasn't just beating the shit.
Yeah,
he like
packed in the face. So it's been like he's been a while.
Yeah.
He keeps saying he's not.
He's been out of the game for 10 years, and like I've never even seen Obi-Wan in hand-to-hand combat. I don't.
Well, he tries with Grievous.
Mm.
But Jedi were trained in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, he enters the room.
Well, actually, Django's a bit of hand-to-hand, isn't it?
Yeah, there is a little bit. He gets kicked in the head, I think. Or does no?
He tends to lose in hand-to-hand situations, actually.
He won in this one, but he got beat up a little bit. It's basically, a bait and switch. This main lady, whatever the fuck her name is, edgy Mick Sith Inquisitor lady, she set Leia up.
This is completely backtracked, but Leia's mum, she was an underbelly.
Was she?
Yeah, she was one of the Wilsons that Terry
Really?
Clark murdered. She was the wife of Doug Wilson. I can't remember her name.
Wow.
Anyway, so
Well, I think that's because they filmed fucking episode 2 and 3 in Australia. Or maybe just episode 2 actually, now I think about it. So that's why like fucking Tamora Morrison is here and Joel Edgerton and that lady. And there's a few more in episode 2, Aussie actors. And some of them, I guess was she in episode 3 or something?
She might have been, but I didn't
carried her
remember
on.
her.
If she was like standing in a scene with 0 fucking lines.
Yeah, probably. Maybe she was his wife. She probably was just then too. She doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone, detectives, knocks out Flea and his guards. He gets Leia. They're going through the streets, changing their clothes. He's still kind of wearing something very similar to a Jedi robe.
He really is, but it could be viewed as a refugee, I think. But
I mean, if you go back to episode 4, like Uncle Owen is wearing Jedi robes too. They're just like desert garb, and then they were later on made into Jedi robes. It's like making up shit as you go. Yeah, if you go back and it's fucking weird when you see it for the first time. Fucking Plinker reviews, they got me, man. Yeah, if you go back and watch episode 4, Uncle Owen is wearing Jedi robes. Like Obi-Wan's outfit is like desert garb.
Yeah, and they just for some
because Luke never really wore anything like that all the way through.
Even in episode 6, it was like black and it was really nice.
Yeah, it's when they did the prequels and they're like, okay, this is Jedi garb.
They were like the desert garments, but posh desert garbs, somewhat, you know.
Yeah, so he's kind of wearing Jedi robes, but I guess they're kind of just desert garb anyway. But he should be wearing something completely non-fucking Obi-Wan. And yeah, Leia is being defiant and reckless, and
he's trying so hard not to, you know, he knows the third sister's after him, that he was led there, and Flea mentioned it, and she's just like, you're the real kidnapper!
By the way, I have a fucking kid. Fucking, I could catch her any day of the week. If she sets off out the front door, I'll give her like a 2-minute head start and I'll catch her.
Which reminds me, when she's being chased by those thugs on Alderaan, there was like literally a moment where she goes under a tree about this thick and a guy goes, oh, and turns in a different direction instead of just ducking underneath it.
There are several scenes with the gang chasing her and later on with Obi-Wan chasing her where like they're within like a grasp and they don't manage to get her and
then
they're
she
slow as
away
fuck
again.
and it's just
it makes no sense.
Dude, kids are easy to catch.
Yeah, but they needed.
They can't catch Leia.
No, she's superhuman, man. She's super intelligent.
It doesn't look like that though. It looks like she's just a bumbling child and they're just fucking buffoons.
Right, like there's like
Obi-Wan and the gangsters.
Yep.
So yeah, basically it escalates to the point where she escapes. They're on a rooftop. They have a shootout. The Sith Inquisitor lady has baited them there.
The bounty hunter is trying to kill him. It makes her feel like he's worse. Like if anything, it's stupid. I can get why a kid would think that.
It just becomes kind of tedious, especially when I'm still not sold on Leia being the main character in this show.
Yeah.
Leia?
And you just sit there thinking he's not using his lightsaber yet. Mind you, I am liking the build up to it. It'll make it so much more when he actually does ignite it.
We shall see.
But yeah, you just think he'd be using it by now.
Yeah.
You know.
He's not. So yeah, they have a shootout in like a clothesline. They're shooting the clothes with blasters and sparks are coming off them, but sparks comes off everything.
You know he's not going to get hit.
Right? Yeah, well yeah. She falls, he uses the Force. I mean, obviously, if this was an original show with no other stuff, like, I wouldn't expect Leia to just go and, like, die in that point anyway. Yeah. But I remember, like, actively thinking, neither of these characters are going to die.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't lead me down that path. I know it's not going to happen.
Don't try, mate. I guess...
It's supposed to be an impact show moment. Everyone's using the Force for the first time.
She was saying before, pick me up, you know? Yeah, it has to relate, sort of thing.
Yeah. Runs down, saves her, Sith Inquisitors after them, comic relief, Jedi guy, distracts the Sith Inquisitor.
Why doesn't she kill him? I'm sorry, but like, if that was like me and I was her, as a Sith Inquisitor, he would be one dead motherfucker, even saying he's a Jedi and trying to fuck with you. I'm a fucking, you don't fuck with me. But she just steals his thoughts and then lets him live. But
she should have killed him for sure. I think they might want him to be a reoccurring character or something. He's like famous. Yeah, he was in the Eternals. I haven't seen the Eternals.
Me neither.
He like fucking had this amazing body transformation for the Eternals, and people were angry at him because he got ripped. I don't know. That's all I know about him. I haven't seen him in anything, but I think they're gonna want him to be a character because he's a famous actor.
There's only 4 more episodes.
But there's gonna be like a million Star Wars shows for the next 50 years. Oh, they could come back to him in like
that's true.
a decade and be like,
point.
hey.
I don't see the point in doing that, eh?
He's a famed actor. I don't know, maybe they're not. Maybe he's gone forever. I hope he's gone forever.
I could deal with him if he appears one more time in the show.
That's it.
That's it.
It's 2 appearances and I'm out.
Say it's 3 appearances. because he had the first scene and then
Oh, so it only gets 3 scenes.
Oh, is that what you were saying?
I thought like, yeah, this was an episode. And
okay,
he'll
yeah,
get
no,
another.
fair,
Yeah,
okay.
but you're like 3 scenes and he's done, mate. Not even episodes, just separate scenes.
Okay, fine, episodes. I'll give you that.
But then he's only done 1. He
Yeah,
gets
no,
2 more.
yeah.
What does he only get? 1 more? Just one more episode?
This series can do whatever the fuck they want with it. You know what I mean? It's part of their story.
And what if he becomes the main character? I see very little of Darth Vader.
He takes everyone's lightsaber and fights the Inquisitor.
He kills Obi-Wan and Leia.
Actually, interesting, a stupid thing when old mate Inquisitor's with her and she fucking stabs him. He dies in Rebels later. Or, well, I mean, he falls and you never see him again.
So he didn't die here?
That's what I'm saying. He couldn't be dead. Unless he survived that ridiculous huge fall into that explosion. Like, it was like a ship.
But that's set after this, so he survives this.
Well,
then...
Rebels is set over a long period. Some Rebels would have been before this.
Okay, so he might be in Rebels before.
He dies in the first season.
Is he definitely the same character?
He's the Grand Inquisitor. There's only one Grand Inquisitor. All the rest, like, second sister.
Maybe they will kill Obi-Wan in this. They'll just like, meh.
I mean, all he's not dead.
I guess he's not dead.
He did do the whole thing. But
I am dead.
But I don't know. It was very, very odd to me. I was like, huh?
That's jarring.
Huh?
What? She escalates the dominance hierarchy and I guess becomes more consequential now because she's killed that dude. She's the main antagonist, Mark. She can't act, but she's after Obi-Wan and she's psychopathic.
Yeah. She thinks if she gives Kenobi to Anakin that it's gonna make her like all.
She'll probably get a promotion.
Probably.
Bonus. A bigger turkey at Christmas.
Do you really want a promotion in the Empire?
No, you want to have a quiet desk job where you never interact with anyone of power, ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Obi-Wan has this nice moment with Leia where he talks about Padme, and I thought about her story, and she just, like, does no harm to anyone and just dies. And that's it. It's just like, oh, fine.
It's true, though. Leia does have those awkward... Leia was nowhere near as stubborn as... I mean, Padme was nowhere near as stubborn as Leia.
Yeah.
But she was definitely strong-willed and like...
She's a strong female character. Do you remember, like, fucking, I don't know, like 15 years ago, George Lucas was going to make a Star Wars TV show?
Yeah.
And he said in that, he was going to explain why in episode 6 Leia says that she remembers Padme. And he never made the show, so we never found out why. But, I mean, maybe Obi-Wan tells Leia about Padme. Or maybe that's just a movie that they wrote 40 years ago and they didn't.
Well, maybe he was telling her about it, and then because she's 6 years old, the memories get...
Obi-Wan gives the memories to her. Can you do that? Give people memories? So you can take memories. Can you give them memories? This is your mother. Oh shit! Jar Jar fucking wrong memory.
Why is everyone watching?
He was watching. He was there in the closet, hiding, watching Jar Jar. Fuck Padme.
This is your mother.
He's like on the cam. He has 2 dicks for some reason.
Oh, that's why there's a Gungan version going both horrible.
It all makes sense.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're just destroying Padme's character, eh?
Hey, if she wants to have sex with a Gungan, who am I to say that she can't?
No, that's true.
Whatever her name is. What the fuck is her name? It's some stupid cliche fucking thing.
Which character are you talking about?
The chick.
Oh, Reva.
Reva says something about Darth Vader, and everyone's like,
No, yeah, she says like she needs to deliver you to him, and yeah, because he's been searching for you all this time.
Yeah.
And then he's
just didn't you know?
Oh yes, didn't you know he's alive?
Yeah. So
it makes total sense for Obi-Wan to think he's dead, and he wouldn't hear about Darth Vader on Tatooine.
I can see a world where he would have heard of him, and I can see a world where he wouldn't have. Yeah.
No, but even in episode 4, he's met him before because he meets him in this series.
Yeah.
Again, he didn't know him as Darth Vader.
I feel like he'd be like a big presence, like Space Putin, and like You don't think so?
No, not that I don't think so, but I do know that the Hutts control Tatooine.
That's fair. It's not run by the Empire.
It's
There is an Empire
Republic.
presence on there, though. At least in Episode 4, there are stormtroopers there. Did they just come down?
For Luke, though, weren't they?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, it makes sense that at some point in time he could have heard about Darth Vader from like a spaceport where travelers were talking about working for the Empire. But I can also understand a world in which
I kind of
hadn't.
like it. I kind of like
They're building a more suspenseful reveal that wouldn't have existed if he already knew about Vader.
And his reaction too was like his face was. It was like, you know, oh fuck, I fucked up.
He's going a bit angry about the legs.
Force push him into the lava.
Yeah, and just slowly slide him down.
But he couldn't. He just couldn't do it now. He's. But I think in a way I felt like he was happy he was alive as well, because it was his old friend.
Maybe.
Like he was devastated yet somewhat. Happy.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. He was taken aback by it for sure.
Yeah.
He gets in the ship with Leia, and yeah, it hard cuts to fucking Vader, and it's just like. You're like, what the fuck?
Eyes fucking Sith as fuck. He's just.
And then it rolls credits, and you're like, okay.
It's Hayden too, definitely Hayden Christensen. So
Yeah,
like,
he's
okay,
back.
some FaceTime, but he better not just be walking around half the time with his fucking helmet off so you can see that it's Hayden Quick. Can you imagine?
Well, that's what I thought when I brought him back. I'm like, why are they even getting him? Like, he doesn't even do the voice. Like, is James Earl Jones doing the voice? Like,
he has to be.
like, what is Hayden Christensen doing?
He's
like,
in the suit, I guess.
He's standing in the suit? I mean, the first shot of him, he's not in the suit. Yeah, he can't just be Zombie Man.
I mean, he's the same as fucking the Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, but he does the voice, so it brings a lot to it. I feel like if you just... And, like, Darth Vader already walks a certain, like, way. Like, you kind of have to mimic his movements from the original trilogy.
We'll see.
He can't start to, like, be, like, flamboyant and bring, like, a physical performance to it, because he can't do the voice.
They're totally going to try and do shit.
He's like Jack Sparrow.
But Darth Vader had to learn to fight again because he couldn't do that shit, so he had to rely on pure power.
All I know is that Hayden Christensen is back playing Darth Vader.
I'm okay with it, but I mean, just for that scene is enough reason to get him back.
That's fair. He deserves a paycheck after all the hate he got flung. Partially by me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hayden.
Yeah, I don't know. In episode 3, he did perfectly fine.
That's fair.
But in episode 2, no.
That's also fair. But we don't have to go there.
I was just like, fuck, when it ended there. I was just like,
No!
why?
Have to see what happens next week. What did you think of Obi-Wan, Mark?
I was fucking impressed. Like, I was very impressed. I see a lot of potential. We're a third of the way in.
We are. Yeah, I have to say, I kind of loved it on some level. When they cut to Leia, I'm like, this is taking the worst tone ever that any show could possibly choose to take.
But now you know that watching it again, you may not hate that scene as much.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad.
I personally did enjoy it. That didn't bother me at all.
It
I
bothered
didn't
me.
think about it being. I feel like it had to be related to Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So I couldn't possibly even comprehend the idea that it could have been a separate story.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's why it didn't bother me.
Where it ended up was
great
more
seeing
interesting.
Bail
That's fair. And
so old. Like so much older than 10 years older. Like he just looks like he's fucking
Like
been exposed to like too many tanning
Jimmy
beds.
Smits. What's that?
Alderon's a hard life.
Needs to wear more sunscreen.
It was nice to see Alderaan though, like all the
Yeah.
mountains and the green landscapes and yeah, before its demise.
Yeah.
Because you see it in the Old Republic games. You get to go
that's
there.
true. I've only seen it in. That's all my knowledge of Alderaan.
That's not true
Alderon's a
anymore.
peaceful knowledge. If you prefer a different target, a blah 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 target, then name the system.
Yeah.
Dantooine, they're on Dantooine. Nah, blow it up anyway.
Dantooine's a fucking sick planet though.
I only know of Dantooine, they're on Dantooine.
It's like a farming planet. It's all green.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, in planets in Star Wars, all have to do
One terrain.
Yeah.
Even city. Lava.
But yeah, it has flying manta rays.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I love manta rays. So I was just like, ah! So whenever I go there, I just sit there and just stare at them.
Do they stab Steve Evans?
No, they're not stingrays, mate. They're manta rays. They're different.
I apologize.
No, I'm sorry. They're my favourite sea
I
creature.
apologize to any of you manta rays out there watching.
Yeah.
The manta rays are a peaceful and noble race, and I respect them.
Just like the fucking the swimming elephants in Medieval. That old PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah.
You go into this frozen lake and there'd just be these pink elephants with wings floating through the water. It was awesome.
I'm still taken back by that fucking elephant camel. What a weird creature. Everyone's stealing meat to feed it. Anyway, I loved it. I mean, I will take this any day over the week after fucking Boba Fett. Boba Fett was so, like,
It's refreshing.
boring and safe. And
it was only okay once.
Nothing.
Yeah, safe, right? And
just
it was only
like,
okay
yeah.
once the Mandalorian came back into it.
Yeah, it's just like, what is it? Why did that story need to get told? Like, if you just delete that from Boba Fett's, like, nothing happens.
I'm essentially going to.
Doesn't mean anything.
The only thing that happened in that series is that Grogu got back with the Mandalorian.
Yeah, and we found out that fucking Bob was a beach.
Yeah.
This
pretty much.
seems bigger, more extravagant, and more important, and
It feels like a direct sequel to the prequels and a direct prequel to the original trilogy.
and they're not playing it safe. They're just immediately like, here's a crazy adventure, Leia's back, and there's
Well, we
Flea.
have 6 episodes. Strap in, Chewie.
Yeah.
You know, punch it, Chewie.
Punch it, sure. Alright. We'll see you guys next week.